Welcome back, talking about two realities at once and what it feels like to live within these two realities and experience them as we go. So we get trained to be in a certain mindset to see things, and even in our environments we get exposed to things. And when you come back to civilian world, it's like I'm very aware of myself to a degree, but it's like I'm watching myself live in my environment. Like I'm watching myself and how I act and respond to things and people's body language I'm reading and along those lines. And being aware that the mindset I have or things that I think and little movies that play in my mind, a part of the hypervigilance and being very aware, like a heightened awareness all the time. And knowing that the people around me typically don't experience that too. And it feels like I'm living in two realities at once. Knowing that I feel that these people go about their day and they can just go to the store and they're just happy in life. Like they just go home and go inside, lock the door, enjoy their illusion of safety, I guess I can put it, no matter what we do. And me in my mind is like looking for threats in the environments of peace and being trained for war but not trained for peace, and how that carries over into civilian life, feeling like it creates a separate reality. Like I'm not experiencing the world as the people around me, and it causes this dissonance. Like it causes a separation, it feels like. And to talk about it is like, oh, you're crazy, people don't understand. If they don't experience it, they're not going to understand it, pretty much. So I had this thought several times, like I'll have an awareness of my thought patterns and the types of thoughts that I have and where I am at when they occur. For example, going to my mailbox or walking down the road, anything, and I'm like, what if we just got attacked right now? Like you just hear bombs exploding, and what are you going to do? Like how far does an invasion, or how far along do things go before people realize that you're being invaded and attacked? And how has that happened before? How did it feel for other people to go through that experience and they didn't know what was happening while it was happening, whether they're being invaded, attacked, or whatnot? Especially the society pressures, the political structures that we have in our world where people attack each other instead of just putting the leaders in the rings together, if that makes sense. Like, why are you going to have all these people go fight for you when it's something that you're trying to impose on other people, or if people aren't following things that you want? And it's just interesting to me. But I had that thought because the rules of war that we have, that it makes sense morally, but do you think the enemy or the other person follows the same thing? And that doesn't make sense on my mind with going to airborne or learning things like that. Is you're not supposed to shoot them out of the sky. Like if they're skydiving out and you just see a bunch of parachuters coming down, because we asked when we were in airborne, like, what would we do if that happened? And the rules say that's no bueno, which is just like wild, because war's messy, fighting's messy, like chaos, disorder, it's messy, and trying to impose order on those things. Anyways, that's where my mind pretty much was, and I was just feeling that I live in a separate reality, whether that's psychological and emotional, than other people. Also spiritually, for me, my military experience had me open my mind and open my eyes and think, like, why are we doing the things that we are doing? Like, if I join the military, why are we actually fighting? Like, why am I going to risk my life to kill someone that I don't even know, or whatever they're doing? I mean, I do believe there's some bad people on this planet and they do bad things. But for others, and getting caught in the crossfire of these conflicts, and it just caused like this realization in my mind that I don't want to fight for corporations. I don't want to fight for people who are in control, because they're not fighting themselves in general. And I guess, that's the name of the game. But that's wild to me. You don't mind risking other people's lives in the name of democracy, in the name of certain things. And how did that work out for you? Like Vietnam. Okay, you want to stop communism, and look what happened, and all these lives that got affected afterwards. And it's wild. It's like living in the two realities at once. It made me think a lot about what I do, what I'm doing, what's the purpose behind it, and as a soul or as a human, is this what I want to experience while I'm on this planet? Is it worth it? Or is it just going along with the flow of other people that want chaos and destruction? Or are you trying to build and make things better? And I guess it's just, people can have limitations of their mind, and you can tell how far they allow their minds to go. And after I got out, it was just, why are we doing the things we do if it's not beneficial to everybody? And everything's just an idea that we are following. Even our money, it's not backed by gold or anything really anymore. And even the idea of money is just an idea that we all buy into and agree upon the value of it to operate in our society. And it's a made up concept, it's a made up idea, it's a made up system. It's just made up. Same thing with turning houses into products. It's made up, and it's like turning it into a whole money scheme. Like the Federal Reserve isn't even part of our government. It's like a private banking system. And then you just start to wonder, like the corporation, the United States, and what is actually impactful and what is just needs to change. And I feel a lot of people know that we need change because it's not working for us anymore. I believe in the power of technology with helping us connect and to reflect on our impact and what we're doing and what's going on in the world. And obviously it has its downsides, and people who want to manipulate, like the people that build casinos or make things addicting, they use their same system on social media to try to make it addicting. And it's all the systems that we have that's a made up idea, but it's a pyramid system. And because we have that pyramid system, it causes disorder. Like we think it's orderly, but it doesn't work for us. And I know a lot of us feel that. Instead of it being level, like a pool of water, we have this pyramid where we are still basically peasants and kings and queens. Like it's still the same, even if within our democracy, it's still within that pyramid. And the power and money, and how even when people ask you, what do you do for a living? A lot of people use that of, oh, how much respect am I supposed to give this person based on what they do? And we're all just humans on the planet. Just some thoughts. I'm just kind of ranting here, but Just wondering, I know other people experience this. I was just going to put this out there because I've been feeling a lot lately within my mind and emotions. And since I've been in the military, it was just like I'm living in two realities at once. And a lot recently where it's intense, or acknowledging that, like watching other people and knowing that they don't have those same systems that we basically downloaded from being in service.